So, if you are planning to buy a smartphone at the 40 to 45,000 budget, there are two good options that you can check now. The newly launched OnePlus 13R and last year's flagship killer iQOO 12. So which one to buy? Without wasting any time, cholo, let's get started. So before starting, hit the subscribe button and give us a like because it helps a lot. Now, I won't waste any time telling you all the specs of this phone because you can obviously find it on the internet and you can check it for yourself. Starting with the build. So the build is subjective to all, it depends on you which one do you like. Plus, OnePlus 13R has glass back matte finish and a metal frame, and the design is little bit on the boxier side. Whereas for iQOO 12, it is also boxy design metal frame, but yeah, it is little bit curved at the edges and the back. So yeah, I think it's better for comfortable holding, and it's obviously better than OnePlus in this case. And also iQOO 12 has vegan leather finish. Both the phones have air blasters and OnePlus has alert slider which comes in very handy. One thing that is disappointing I think is the IP65 rating on both the phones, which I think should have been IP68 at least at this price range. Both the phones weighs around 205 grams and it completely depends on you which one do you prefer. Now coming to the display, both are flat display with 6.7-inch LTPO AMOLED display, 120Hz refresh rate with HDR10 support and supports PWM dimming. iQOO 12 has extra 144Hz for refresh rate for gaming and has 3000 nits of peak brightness. And coming to the display colors, the colors are very great, crisp, supports HDR in Netflix, has bright display, but the display protection is not specified properly, so that is I think one of a bummer. Whereas on the other hand, OnePlus has 45,000 nits of peak brightness and 1600 nits of HBM, so I can say it is little bit better than iQOO and brighter than iQOO. The display here also is pretty well lit, gets proper colors, supports HDR on Netflix along with Dolby Vision, which iQOO 12 does not. But one thing is that OnePlus has Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection in the front, but OnePlus 12R had I think Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which was a downgrade obviously. Overall, the display is very same, and if compared side by side, maybe you will be able to find some changes, but if you are using it not together obviously, then you won't face any issue. Both the displays are pretty solid and equally good. And one good thing for OnePlus is that OnePlus has promised free replacement if any green line issue comes in the 13 series. Now coming to the performance, both the devices are powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and both the phones have flagship level performance with LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage. So no blunders from OnePlus this time for the storage type. And in day-to-day usage, basic usage, you will find no issues at all. It runs very smooth, very buttery. And in the benchmark scores also, it's very similar, almost 21 lakhs in AnTuTu. So you can check all the other benchmarks too, it's pretty good. And it offers a smooth usage and the animation in both the phones are pretty solid. And both the phones offer 120 FPS at BGMI at smooth graphics and a pretty well balanced FPS even after gaming for hours. In Genshin Impact also, you will get 60 FPS smooth for long hours. But one extra edge for iQOO is that iQOO has Q1 chip and extra cooling chamber, so maybe little bit edge over the OnePlus, but yeah, obviously there is no such huge amount of difference in the performance sector. And also there is no extra heating detected and the temperature is around 40 degrees, which is normal I guess after intensive gaming for hours. Now USB type is 2.0 for both the phones, which I think should have been better because the data transfer and all this thing, it takes a little bit of time and it's not justified at this price range. Overall, the processors are very similar, hence the performance is also very similar in both the devices, and I can say with your eyes closed, they are pretty well and it delivers properly. Now comes the software, and here I think OnePlus takes a little bit edge. Now both the phones have their own share of bloatwares, but I think OxygenOS 15 or rather ColorOS feels more optimized and premium to me, but yeah, you can obviously differ. The bloatwares can be uninstalled, but for OnePlus specific apps, they can only be disabled, not uninstalled, so I think that's a bummer. It comes with Android 14 with 4 years of OS update and have all the AI features included in the Gallery app along with Google Gemini AI features. The UI is very smooth, very buttery, no issues at all, and also ODial is also supported. So I can say, it's very much optimized and you will have no issues in day-to-day usage while using this UI. For iQOO, it comes with FontouchOS 14 or 15 according to your software policy. But yeah, the UI is smooth, no doubts, but the icons on the notification panel, I think it feels a little bit outdated. And one problem is there, if there are too many notifications, the notification panel becomes very crowded. And also there are bloatwares that can be uninstalled. But another issue is that they have their own app store and browser which keeps on sending unnecessary notification. So the only way to stop them is go to the settings and disable the notification. And it's a very problematic thing, and I think iQOO should fix it. Also, it supports 3OS update till Android 17. The UI smoothness is pretty good, very well, no lags at all. Extra features like the sidebar with AI features are also included. And both are custom screen, and I feel personally that OnePlus OS is better than FontouchOS, but it's obviously your choice and you can think about it. In the camera segment, I think iQOO takes the edge a little bit, but you can judge it for yourself obviously. The iQOO cameras perform better with its 50MP OIS sensor. The images come out social media ready, which many people might prefer. The images are contrasty, boosted and saturated, and it gets good details, and the portrait shots are really good. And it captures good skin tone, but yeah, obviously a little bit boosted. The 64MP 3x telephoto lens works amazing for macro shots, and 100x digital zoom also captures very good images. The video stabilization is supported till 8K 30fps, and the stabilization is also very good, and the videography is decent, I can say. But the selfie is not that great. The skin tones are very bad and does not get proper colors, and it could have been much better. But for all I can say is that iQOO has improved a lot and given importance to its camera and tried to come out of the shell of only performance-centric smartphone. The cameras on OnePlus 13 are very decent, I can say. The sensor Sony LYT700C sensor is used in mid-range phones, so yeah, I think OnePlus should have upgraded this. The colors are okay, not that great, sometimes it's saturated, sometimes it's natural, and yeah, it's not very much consistent. The daylight photos are okay, I can say, gets good images, but it struggles a lot under low light. And only 2x telephoto and 20x digital zoom is available. The videography is also not a major improvement from OnePlus 12R. Sometimes the focus is not working properly and it's decent at most. The video is also supported at 4K 30fps, but the problem is that you cannot switch the lenses in 4K. That is only possible in 1080p, which I think is a bummer. The selfie is also very decent enough, could have been improved a lot, and it supports 1080p 30fps max. Like, come on, it's 2025, they should have included at least 60fps. Overall, I think iQOO 12 cameras does take the edge in the main camera images because they have better sensor along with periscope and zoomed pictures. Otherwise, it's your choice obviously, but you can see all the samples. In the battery segment, OnePlus does take the edge in the battery capacity, whereas iQOO takes the edge in the charging speed. OnePlus offers 6000 mAh battery, and the screen on time is almost 8 to 9 hours on medium usage, which is pretty great. It also has 80-watt charger bundle inside, and it charges the phone completely in 40 to 50 minutes. Whereas iQOO offers 5000 mAh battery, and the screen on time is almost 7 to 8 hours easily on medium usage. The charging brick provided is 120 watt, which is pretty well, and it supports PD charging till 65 watt, which I think is pretty solid. Overall, both the phones offer similar battery backup, great battery life, and the charging fit for both the phones, no issues at all in the battery segment. So this was all from my side. The performance and the battery is similar on both of them, but yeah, I think maybe iQOO has little bit edge, but the difference makers are mainly in the camera and the software segment. Build is always subjective to the users themselves, so I cannot comment on them. You can go with your own preferences. And yeah, obviously I don't have both the phones, so I have taken lots of research and everything from the internet, and I have given you this video. So do let me know which one do you prefer, whether you have liked this video or not, and please give a like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.